What are you thinking about right now? Are you thinking about Yoda? Maybe you're thinking about what he has to do with this video. Look at this sentence. Are you seeing it or are you thinking it? Whatever it is that you are thinking about, it wasn't by choice. Like magic, thoughts just pop into your head without warning, whether you want them or not. You don't exactly know where they come from or why you have them, but you know they're the only reason why you do or don't do anything. You're constantly at war with your thoughts, feeding the ones you agree with and fighting the ones you don't. You've never trained your mind for this war, and you've been in it your entire life. You wonder why you're anxious, emotional, unwilling, why sometimes you feel like you're not in control, but you've never even tried to think about thoughts. What is a thought? It's more than just an idea. It's what determines your entire existence. Your perceptions, ideas, and beliefs form through your senses and experience in this universe. The moment you were born, thoughts just began spilling forth into consciousness, and you identified with them. You embodied them. If they were angry thoughts, you became angry. If they were happy thoughts, you became happy. And no one ever told you there was any other way, until your parents told you what you couldn't do. And though it was the first time choosing to ignore a thought that came into your head, you never understood what was actually happening. You were training your mind, mastering your thoughts, deciding which ones to pay attention to and which to ignore. The thoughts you give attention to determine how you see the world around you. They determine the things you feel, the actions you take, and the future you create. But for some reason, you're only aware of this sometimes.
That is why you fail.
Sometimes you let your thoughts control you. You forget that a thought is a reflex. It happens regardless if you want it to or not. But you can choose to ignore it or give in to it. You are the master of your thoughts. When Uber Eats is 1 hour late, don't get annoyed. Question your thoughts. Why are you annoyed?
Control. You must gain control.
Exactly. Because the thought appeared and you let it control you. But if you stop thinking about how late your food is and how frustrated you are, then the feeling quickly disappears. What does being annoyed even do for you? You feel worse, you act worse, and then you project that onto everyone else. Control your thoughts and pay attention to something else. Look, it's Yoda again. When you're feeling anxious, as if everything's closing in on you, that's when you're letting your thoughts run wild. You have absolutely no control over them, and you don't know which ones to listen to and which ones to ignore, because you embody them the moment they pop into your mind. But if you ask yourself why you're having these anxious thoughts,
stop, it must be. On this all depends.
You'll realize that you're worrying about a future that hasn't happened, and may never happen. Organize your thoughts, and change the story you're telling yourself. Focus on what you can control. You wouldn't exist without your thoughts, but thoughts wouldn't exist without you. This idea is simple but profound, and it's as true for anxiety as it is for motivation. When thoughts of failure try to stop you from doing something,
don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something.
Imagine Will Smith is your thoughts, and you're his son. The moment you tell yourself you can't do something, you're no longer putting thought into achieving it. The thought can no longer be brought into existence, not by you. In 1954, Robert Bannister was the first athlete to run a mile in under 4 minutes. Before him, everyone that tried had failed. Most thought it was impossible.
Now, you must unlearn what you have learned.
After him, everyone's thoughts had changed, and one by one, they began breaking the 4-minute barrier. You control your thoughts. You control what you can and can't do. Honestly, I just want you to remember that everything begins with a thought. What happens from there is up to you, the thoughts you pay attention to and how much attention you give them. Without thought, nothing would exist. So take control of your thoughts. I don't know. What do you think, Yoda?
Find what you have learned. Save you again.